Hello, my name's Robert Pembroke. I thought I'd tell you a joke. It's about the Hindenburg. It's a really old joke, eh? And then I'll sing you a rendition of Ashes to Ashes by David Bowie. A little bit different. Hey, look, and if you don't have a lift home tonight, I've got an airship outside. So, how does it all begin, you know? How does the Hindenburg joke all begin? Oh gee, it's a really old joke, eh? It kind of begins after 1937, I think, but it goes further back in time. Now, 1937, that's approximately 4 years before the commencement of, let's say, World War II, the War of Nations. So the joke itself, though, gosh, it commences hundreds of years earlier. And to truly appreciate the joke, one needs to look back into the world of pin making in the designs of the economist, one Mr. Adam Smith, who designed the methodology for clothespin manufacture in the 1700s. Adam Smith derived the idea for pin making from the earlier work of the French polymath Diderot. Diderot conceptualized it in the 16th century, and then Adam Smith translated the idea into a text known as The Wealth of Nations. That's about 1776, sort of Betsy Rouse sort of dating, isn't it, yeah? So the clothespins he describes are tiny, aren't they really? Because they are really clothespins, they're only tiny, aren't they? In comparison to, say, aluminium extrusions used in the manufacture of Zeppelins, like the Hindenburg of the 1930s that traversed the Atlantic Ocean on its way from Frankfurt in Germany. Frankfurt, a hot dog, Hindenburg, it's kind of shaped like a hot dog, isn't it? And then it heads across the Atlantic to a place called New Jersey Island, a naval base, where it docks and people embark and disembark, cargo's taken off, that sort of thing. But it's in 1937 it goes there after quite a few successful journeys around the world, and it explodes off the island, or on the island, and which is somewhat close to, I believe, the town of Manhattan in New York City, isn't it? Really quite close. Yeah, so it has that crash in Manhattan, in New York City, or near enough. The aluminium extrusions used in the framing of the Hindenburg found their genesis firstly in the designs of Mr. Joseph Brahman in 1797. The design concept itself was later retranscribed into the designs of Mr. Alexander Dick, who constructed the first Zeppelin in 1894. You get the surname joke, don't you? Dick, phallus, penis, that sort of thing, 1894. Fair enough, a surname joke, a location name joke. Okay, we'll keep going with this, see where we get with it. One finds that all of these people developed their designs via the Lilliputian projection in the G-limbic effect hallucination of a delusional set that emanates out of the authorial works of wordsmiths, such as Jonathan Swift in the famous kids' story Gulliver's Travels, or indeed Grimm's fairy tales, and children's stories such as Jack and the Beanstalk. All of these stories inspired rather stories, and of course they were in large part inspiration. The looking glass that would provide people with ideas about how to design things, how to create things, yeah? So it was wonderful in terms of town planning, those stories. For example, on the journey across the Atlantic, there were numerous Zeppelins. It wasn't just the Hindenburg, there were quite a few. And the Hindenburg, it was one of many. There were so many Zeppelins that they had to find places where they could tie the Zeppelin up and make it stationary so people could embark or disembark, or they could get cargo off and whatnot, or they could just park it, yeah, because they're huge. The Hindenburg itself, I think it was over the length of 3 jumbo jets or more. Yeah, it was very large airship. So one lasso post they used to make them stationary was in fact the Empire State Building in Manhattan in New York City. Amazing, eh? The way they accommodated it was they tied it up to the building, to a pinnacle on top of the building that resembled a giant pin. Isn't that amazing? So they looped it through a hole and tied it up like you might lasso a horse to a post, I guess. And I think the post doubled as I'm pretty sure it did. And it was quite an amazing, beautiful piece of work in the State Building, wasn't it? And there it was, it had this huge airship. It's amazing. The conceptualisation of pin manufacture developed by Adam Smith, the economist, prior to 1776 in the Wealth of Nations, the mass production of a tiny product like a pin was reconceptualised into a large metal pinnacle that rests on top of the Empire State Building. Isn't that incredible? The microcosm was the innovation of clothespin design that becomes realised in the creation of large metallic objects destined for the purposes of town planning and design in the huge pinnacle rod on top of the Empire State Building. Amazing, eh? What was a little idea became a big idea. And town planning is really like that. Little things make big things, don't they? A little pin becomes a huge pinnacle. Incredible, eh? And it's conceptually very similar, isn't it? Now, the actual method of tying the Zeppelins to these pinnacles, that some of them resemble lighthouses, yeah, that's a bit of a hint there. The method they used was something similar to the old design format for the button. It used to have a loop at the back of it, yeah, and they would tie the Zeppelin up to the tip of the button-shaped fastening point on the Zeppelin. And once again, that
I've got a thing or two to say to you. I've
Woohoo! From a close button. Isn't that incredible? You have a close button, you have a little needle, and what do you have? You have a great imaginary thought about what to do with it, eh? Wonderful, eh? I thought I'd now give you a rendition of Ashes to Ashes by David Bowie, eh? I'll see you then. Hello, Robert Pembroke, the David Bowie tune, Ashes to Ashes. A little bit. Remember a guy that's been in such an early song. I've heard a ruler from ground control. Oh no, don't say it's true. They got a message from the action man. I'm happy, hope you're happy too. Oh, I've loved all I've needed, love, that sort of details. The shrieking of nothing is killing me. Just pictures of Jap girls in syntheses. I ain't got no money and I ain't got no cash. But I'm hoping to kick the habit buck. Oh, ashes to ashes, bum to bucket. No Major Tom's a junkie, strung out on heaven's high, looking on all time. Time and again I tell myself, oh, I'll stay clean tonight. But the little green men are following me. I'm stuck with a valuable friend. I'm happy, hope you're happy too. Oh, one flash of I've never done good things. I've never done bad things. I never did anything out of the blue. Want an accident to break the ice, who wanna come down right now. Ashes, bum to bucket. We know Major Tom's a flunky, strung up in heaven's high, keeping an all-time low. My mama said to get things done, you better not mess with Major Tom. My mama said to get things done, you'd better not mess with Major Tom. My mama said to get things done, you'd better not mess with Major Tom. My mama said to get things done, you'd better not mess with Major Tom. Thanks very much, Robert Pembroke, Ashes to Ashes, the David Bowie tune. Wonderful tune, isn't it? Quite enigmatic, but not really, is it? Cheers, see you later.